What's going on, guys? I am Matthias. Welcome to the Exec channel. And for those of you unfamiliar with what this channel is, it's a day in the life channel. Follows me around. I'm the CEO of 3 different companies. Some of you have asked, what are those companies? Screen Time, Chill Records, and High Five Studios. Technically, I'm Nay 82. Today, a relatively relaxed day today, so follow me along, and hopefully we can learn some stuff. Today, I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you left on my site. If you want to leave some questions that I answer in future videos, link down in the description below. Upvote questions you want to see, downvote questions that aren't relevant, i.e. it should be on High Five Studios, companies, business, leadership, not necessarily things I'm well versed in, but those are the topics of this channel. So let's get on with it. One of the things I do have to do today is clean up this entire office mess. I'm just experimenting with tons of equipment, tons of random things, and also my desk is a mess, so that's sad. But before we get into that monotonous deep work, what I did want to show you was I went to Barnes & Noble like a couple weeks ago. I haven't unpacked these books because I wanted to show you them. And I've also been reading a ton of other books, but let me show you some of the books that I've gotten. Okay, so when I go to Barnes & Noble, I'm not shy of spending some money on books. I love books, absolutely love them. I'm gonna go relatively quickly here. 9 Lies About Work by Marcus Buckingham. The History of the Future by Blake J. Harris. 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. Read some of this, liked it a lot. Confronting Christianity by Rebecca McLaughlin. The Book of Why by Pearl and Mackenzie. The Human Swarm by Mark Moffat. Questions and Answers by Hal Gregerson. It's the first time I've read some of these names. This one looks super interesting to me. It's about asking the right question rather than trying to find answers. Why forgive? Because who doesn't have problems with forgiving? Biography of Tim Cook. Leander Connie. The One Thing. Kevin told me to buy this book by Greg Keller with Jay Papasan. And Leadership by John C. Maxwell. So these are some of the books that I just bought on my shelf, added to the end of a long list of other books. But some of the books I'm reading right now, actually I don't know where they are. But let me show you. These right here. So this one right here specifically, I'm getting a kick out of. This one's really, really good. So this specific book is one that I've been talking to a lot of people in the office about, and it's called Radical Candor. And basically it's the idea here, on this axis you have challenge directly, and on this axis you have care personally. When giving feedback, talking honestly, talking openly, you have to exist in this area, where you care personally and you challenge directly. If you don't challenge directly, then you're being silent on a lot of issues and you exist over here, so it's ruinous empathy. When you're over here, you challenge directly but you don't care enough, then you're just obnoxious. And over here, you're just manipulative. This is awesome. It brings so much clarity to the process because I've existed in all of these areas way too much as a leader. And it sucks, but now I've gotten some clarity. This is helping a lot. So, this is a must read. So I do have a shoot today though. Before I get to some of your questions, I'm gonna actually do some real deep work, and I'll catch up to you when I'm done. First question that I'm gonna answer from my site. How long did it take High Five Studios to get up and running? That's a great question, but honestly, it's taken since we've started High Five to get it up and running. Every single day at High Five Studios is one more step forward to setting it all up. I just really don't believe that we're ever gonna be in a place where it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, no, everything's good now and we could just continue. I just don't think that's reality, because as soon as you set some things up, you learn more things, other things change. You're never gonna have everything figured out. Yeah, I just honestly feel like we're never gonna figure everything out. And it's like, if you're under the mindset that you're gonna have things figured out at any point in the future, it's just a painful experience because you're constantly trying to achieve something that's impossible. And ultimately it sets you up for just a lot of disappointment. Okay, so Tanner.
Yeah.
I'm answering questions today.
Awesome.
One of the questions that I got asked right now has really nothing to do with you, so.
Cool, I'm just glad to be here, to be honest.
I'm sure you can answer it. This specific question was for me, but it was like, what software do you use to keep track of your goals? Do you just keep all your goals in your head?
No, that's a dangerous place to... He's taught me that I don't do that.
Really? I did?
I've always like kind of written them down, but for the most part, I've had such a good memory that, at least short term, that I could just maintain my goals that way.
Yeah.
But no, we use something called Purdue. Purdue.com.
No, I mean your personal goals.
Oh, personal goals. I thought you were talking about our company-wide goals.
No, just your goals. Like goals that you have for yourself.
For me, it's mainly just like my notepad, both physical form and on my phone. I'll write like random little quotes, random stuff like that. Hey, I want to do this, need to do this. Do you have a specific thing that you use for your personal stuff?
Not necessarily. So yeah, the biggest thing is that you just write it down. Like I use a variety of different apps, right? Like I'll use my actual journal to like write down certain things. I'll use an app called Things on the App Store for iOS or Mac. I love that app. It's called Things. There's nothing explicitly special about any app that's going to help you achieve your goal. It's the act of writing it down and actually doing it that counts, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So ladies, what are we doing today?
So many things. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What are we filming?
Sushi bazooka. Cool.
Sushi bazooka?
Alright, now your turn.
I guess I should ask a specific person.
It's okay. You're the talker. Go ahead.
Dude, I get some shade up in here, dude.
I'm watching us right now. Yeah. You're the talker. Go ahead. Oh.
So we just performed an after shoot review with Dope or Nope. I thought that went exceptionally well. We had the entire team get together and we just kind of like called each other out, you know?
These meetings get me pumped up.
We had that radical candor that just pumps me up. I don't know why. It's so cool to see people call me out. And to be like, hey, listen, like, hey, you know, you forgot to do this thing or you showed up late. Like, yeah, that's cool because now I know you care.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
I feel like people generally just like keep everything in, you know? And so it feels good to see someone like get relief from like expressing how they feel, being honest, seeing that someone else is hearing it and that someone else wants to solve it with them. So I think that, yeah, we're just gonna instantly implement it with every channel because we've been doing it with Dope or Nope. So we're going over to Rect right now and we're just gonna start, you know, telling them like, hey, every shoot day.
Let's go to Rect. So one of the questions on my site, Tanner, was how do you feel about missed opportunities? Are there any opportunities that you feel you missed and you regret missing?
I'm in the process of doing that where I have to constantly weigh like, do I want to vlog today? Like, do I want to do my vlogging channel? Do I need to focus on other things?
I feel like for me personally, I just don't regret a lot of things. I just always think that things happen for a reason. You know, if I didn't do something and like something blows up and I was like, well, you know, that would have been cool if I did that. Like it was in the past. Like I can't go back. So why worry about it? Why focus on it, you know?
Yeah, I think it's tricky. I think I used to regret a lot of progression. I think a lot of progression comes from failure. So
yeah,
and missed opportunities.
Let's go talk to Rect.
So you're just like
listening.
That just got serious. That is a beast of a rig.
Thanks, dude.
Let me go grab some people.
Yeah, go grab the rest of the team. Okay, so can we fit everyone in here? So we got Gunnar, we got Pat, we got Alex, we got Woods, we got Tanner. Welcome. So Tanner, start us off, brother.
Cool. So we're going to be implementing something new here. What we're going to be doing is post-shoot day reviews. And so what that's going to be is it's going to be you four plus Matt Waxman.
This office is too small.
And Connor, I guess, as well. But it doesn't have to be Connor as much. The whole goal of this is... So many people.
It's in your pocket.
Oh, keys. I have a knife in my pocket. Sorry, dude.
Did you get the knives I gave you?
So anyways, yeah. So let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, it's close.
Okay, Sam, do you have any book recommendations?
Book recommendations?
Book recommendations.
I do, but can I...
He's already read it.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a...
Yeah.
Phenomenal. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Mike, book recommendation.
The Bible.
Well, I got one.
There's some major leadership in there. So.
Yeah.
Man's Search for Meaning.
Okay, Man's Search for Meaning.
Night by Eli Wiesel. Look it up.
Okay.
Book recommendation, go.
Dr. Seuss.
It's Weissel, dude.
No joke though. Dr. Seuss, I'm sure has some leadership principles in there. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the effort of finding them, but I'm sure they're in there somewhere. I think your meeting's happening, Tanner.
Talk about leadership.
Leaders always come in last, brother.
I think that's not quite true.
No, I think leaders first here, last to leave.
Tanner's rarely ever the first here. Here's another question. High Five in LA. Does it benefit High Five Studios to be in the LA area more than somewhere else? No, it's the exact opposite. California is just very, very kind of like anti-business. Just high taxes. As far as business things are concerned, it's actually not great. You guys? You have any book recommendations?
How to not bother people while they're working.
Okay, cool. See you guys later. Come on.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I would say mine right now is Extreme Ownership because it's made the most change here at our company.
A book that I mentioned in this video is going to have an equal impact on our company. Radical Candor.
Radical Candor.
Yeah, I really do. What about you, Young?
Can I answer you later?
You just have that many?
Yes.
Okay, you can answer me later. You can answer me later.
Five.
I'm following you, dude. What's your favorite book in terms of look at the knowledge he's getting in his brain right now.
Yeah, no, exactly.
What's your favorite business-minded book?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Extreme Ownership out of the ones I have read.
Yeah.
Don't read often. Started to get forced upon me, I swear. Without my consent.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's 2019 and you're forcing books on me?
Yes, I'm like a dad here. Paul, you appreciate it, don't lie.
No, I do.
Yeah, he does. He does. He likes it. Oh, hi, Sam.
Oh, hello.
Oh, it always smells like cookies in here. What the heck?
Do you want to see what it is?
What
I'm so
is it?
excited. I got it
What
from
is it?
Target. It's an oil diffuser, and smell it. It smells so good. And it's like,
Oh, that's so potent.
Well,
I shouldn't have smelled it up close.
sorry, you should have wafted it.
Yeah, I should have wafted. What's good? Okay, hold up. I got a question for you. Is it difficult to find the balance between being a boss and being a friend to an employee? How do you feel that that's managed correctly? Whether or not we're doing that here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wow, no, that's a good question. It's just common sense boundaries. Like, I think there are things that are, like, universally understood that, like, you talk about in the workplace.
Okay.
And things that you don't. I'm an open book, but if someone comes to me and, like, starts a conversation about a certain topic, then, like, I'm more than willing to talk about it. But, like, I try, this is gonna sound ironic for 2 seconds for you, but I was like, I try to not necessarily just, like, walk up to someone and go,
Put it on them?
here, yeah, like, put it on them.
I see what you're saying.
Like,
What do you mean? No, you don't do that. I'm
Really?
not being facetious. You
Oh,
don't do
okay,
that.
okay.
I think things naturally come out.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like you've never come up to me and been like, "Here's a bunch of my problems."
Yeah. I feel like there have definitely been times where it's like I understand the aspects of our friendship in the workplace, and like there are definitely times where I've sought advice from you.
Well, not
but,
even
like,
me. I'm not even talking about me. I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about like
I'm
you
just
and
using you
just
as
your
an
friend.
example.
Yeah.
You are my boss. It's the
That's
easiest
true.
example
That's
to
true.
use.
Yeah, but you have multiple bosses.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. I
I'm a
guess-
boss of bosses, technically.
Yeah. When you said like bosses, I immediately thought of you. Like, because it is an interesting dynamic even just with like Tanner and Paul, like both good friends of mine.
Yeah.
But also like I respect them as my bosses. I think it's just boundaries and understanding like the dynamic of the workplace. I can tell like if Paul walks into the room, if it's like a business conversation. Like I can tell.
That's true.
Like I feel like
body language.
just social cues.
Yeah, social cues.
Like
That's very
social
true.
cues of he'll
Paul's
like
easy to read
come in-
too.
Yeah. But
He'll
I mean,
come in like this and he'll be like, okay,
he'll be
so
like,
we have to start.
okay, and then he
or he'll
sits
come
down
in with a camera and he'll be like, what's that?
yeah, like, I think social cues are just really important. And
Absolutely.
it's the fine line of like personal life, like outside of the workplace and inside the workplace. Because I've definitely worked in other places where my relationship with my boss, like the things we talked about were like only work related, like neither of us ever brought outside problems.
You didn't have like a
in.
relationship.
Business relationship.
For me, that seems so empty.
Yeah.
Because it's like we spend 40 hours a week here.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not develop something meaningful so that like,
I agree.
you know, you can have some deeper meaning in your life. But that's not everyone's
It's not everyone.
view.
Yeah, I mean, like that's when I was working in retail, and like I knew it wasn't going to be any
it's like
sort of
that a lot in
end goal
retail.
for me. Like, and yeah, people also transition so quickly in retail. So like the turnover rate is really high. So
True.
like no one would really invest. But with something like here, that feels a little more long term for a lot of people. I feel like it's also just like the company's principles too, like investing in the people here.
Yeah.
Because some people when I talk about my job, they're like, "You're friends with your bosses? How does that work?" But I just think it's because like our company is so different.
Well, yeah, I think our company is different, but I think it's also, like you said, like a different perspective shift of like what we're doing here, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to do things that matter, you know? And not that other people aren't, but I think when you really want to do something that matters, like you got to be honest with yourself and those around you, you know? But anyways, thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate your feedback.
Of course.